Throughout the years, there has been rappers that were very close with Tupac Shakur dropping hints about him still being alive. When you add all of the hints they shared with the new police evidence of Tupac Shakur still being alive, things get very interesting. As in 2010, a rapper named Treach was interviewed on the topic of Tupac before a concert. Treach and Tupac were very close friends back in the day. They even worked on a few albums together as well. But here's where it gets weird. After Treach's interview, the cameraman forgot to stop recording. He places his camera onto the floor, and in the footage, you can hear the interviewer asking Treach about Tupac, to which Treach responds, "Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba."
So if you ain't ready for it, get on the sidewalk.
One last question. Nobody knows. Y'all good? Yeah, we good. Thanks a lot, man. We good.
Then just 3 days later, a video would be released to a news website showing a video of Tupac supposedly chilling in a parking lot inside of Cuba.
Zoom in. That's Pac, man. He with the outlaw. And Reg from Holla Back is trying to be friendly and get autographs. Holla Back exclusive, baby. Holla Back.
This is what created the Tupac is alive in Cuba theory, which still remains to be the biggest theory till this day. However, now in 2024, it isn't really seeming like a theory anymore, and allow me to explain. It all begins in 2024, with a new police force investigating the passing of Tupac Shakur. One of the police officers spoke about how Tupac was originally an industry plant, and his job was to stop the beef between the red and blue street teams.
What did you find most fascinating about the alternative history of Tupac?
Well, it turns out when I talked to Tupac's longtime mentor, political mentor, former Black Panther Chokwe Lumumba, who was his first business manager, he's told me, I basically asked, well, was Tupac only pretending to be in order to appeal to gangs and politicize them? And he said yes. And that was part of his thug life agenda that he came up with his imprisoned stepfather, Mutulu Shakur. And so Tupac was just using that in order to get the and the leaders to call peace truces, first in Los Angeles, then throughout California, and then throughout the country. And that was why he was pretending to be this type. And really, he was just an intellectual prodigy.
With the plan obviously not working, Tupac Shakur would then suddenly pass, as this interview would then go viral online, getting the attention of Snoop Dogg. When Snoop Dogg would react to the interview, he would then share never-before-heard information, where he would claim that he was supposed to be in the BMW with Tupac and Suge Knight on the night that Tupac passed.
You were with Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac. I heard a story, did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice.
Right.
We wasn't seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So
saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that.
Okay.
So when they got to Vegas, they went their way, I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car with them.
Snoop Dogg's interview would then get the attention of the new police force, where it would then be reported Snoop Dogg arrested in connection to the Tupac Shakur incident. Police are questioning a recent interview by the rapper where he claims he was supposed to be in the BMW with Tupac and Suge Knight. More to come. Now, the topic of Tupac during the interview all came from Snoop Dogg being asked about Suge Knight's recent tweet, because Suge Knight would tweet, "This little guy is responsible for the passing of Tupac." Then a few days prior, another tweet from an anonymous account would reveal, "I've been quiet for too long. First month of 2024, I'll be announcing what's really going on with Tupac Shakur." Now, this makes many believe, alongside Snoop Dogg, that Suge Knight is revealing the truth through several Twitter accounts that will be anonymous. This made me investigate all of Suge Knight's recent interviews. In the last 2 decades, he did 2 major interviews, where in both of them, Suge Knight agrees that Tupac is alive and that he is well. As during an interview with TMZ, Suge Knight would reveal that Tupac was allegedly doing fine in the hospital before he passed, where he would state, and I quote, "When I left that hospital, me and Tupac were laughing and joking. I don't see how someone can turn from doing well to doing bad."
I mean, when I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I'm gonna tell you this, Pac, you never know.
However, what's odd about this is that in the Tupac Shakur case, the police files state that Tupac was in a very deep sleep. So how in the world would he and Suge Knight be laughing if Tupac was sleeping when arriving to the hospital? It doesn't seem to add up, but when you look at a 2008 interview by Suge Knight, 10 years apart, Suge Knight said the exact same thing. Tupac was alive and he was well.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
However, the concerning part was after the 2008 interview, only 2 days later, when Suge Knight did the interview, he almost lost his life in a nightclub when a man used a firearm in his direction 6 times. Suge Knight knew immediately it was likely due to him talking about Tupac in a public interview, so he was hesitant to tell the police anything. Now, Suge Knight's son, Suge Jr., made the exact same mistake. In 2018, Suge Jr. took it to Instagram to state that Tupac was alive and well and living in Malaysia. Then right after Suge posted it, he would then post another photo to Instagram showing a text conversation where someone said, "You have said too much, it's now time for you to go." This is then when Suge Jr. posted several photos of Tupac alongside modern day celebrities such as 50 Cent and Beyonce. He made it seem like someone was going after him for leaking all the info, because on the photo with Tupac and Beyonce, he captioned it, "He never left us, but they'll be after me soon," making many believe that it was a publicity stunt. However, Suge Knight Jr. would be the one to know more about the case than anyone else in the world, considering his father was right there at the scene of the crime. While researching this video, I was also able to find the new police files in 2024 of evidence of Tupac's passing. I want you to compare all the evidence I shared of him being alive to these files. According to new police reports, a man was just arrested for the passing of Tupac named Keefe D.
For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice. We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis, aka Keefe D, of Tupac Shakur. Davis was arrested this morning by my LVMPD criminal apprehension team, and this investigation started on the night of September 7th, 1996. It has taken countless hours, really decades, of work by the men and women of our section to get to where we are today.
As on September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Las Vegas with the head of his record label, Suge Knight. The two were off to the MGM Grand to watch a Mike Tyson match, as after it was over, they spotted an op in the lobby of the arena, which caused a massive brawl.
Suge Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson at the MGM Grand. Keefe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and 2 of their friends were also there. Keefe D told LAPD Detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago, in a proffer that couldn't be used against him, the shooting was retaliation after Tupac jumped Orlando and him up at the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the fight. Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in Compton. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly,
as security would end up breaking up the altercation between Tupac, Suge, and the ops, leading to Tupac and Suge going back to their hotel to change before heading off to a club that is owned by Suge Knight. As they were driving there at around 11 p.m., they would be spotted by another group of ops on the street of Las Vegas. Things would go down right at the intersection.
Others knew about Tupac's concert at the Club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keefe D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh.
With the aftermath being a mystery for over 2 decades, we have now finally gotten the truth in 2024. This is because the police investigated a concerning interview on DJ Vlad's show, featuring a man named Keefe D, as during the interview, he details the moments of finding Tupac and pulling up on him in the middle of the street.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, "Tupac, Tupac."
Got to the light. He was going to go drink, and he happened to be hanging out the window.
He's hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat.
Now, these were extremely bold claims to make, so DJ Vlad would want some more evidence of him telling the truth. Keefe D would then share with him a never-before-seen video where he was in a police interrogation on the night of the crime.
Lane starts. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looks at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then Tupac's busy getting. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of the
back seat or something.
Yeah. What do you see happening inside of their
car? I seen him going Suge head. I thought he was.
So Orlando across Dre.
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window.
As this confirms everything that he was saying, announcing that he was at the crime scene, inside of the car, and he even made eye contact with Suge when it was going down. However, what Keefe D said next was even more concerning, stating that the entire incident occurred because Tupac was reaching for a firearm.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a...
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually?
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started at Tupac and Suge.
During the police's investigation, they also found Keefe D's official reaction to Tupac passing. It goes and shows his true emotions as well as what he feels now in 2024.
Yeah, I hate that happened, dog. I really do, man. Because it took a lot of people's lives, dude. I hate that happened. Probably to God. I feel they should, that was wrong, man. It was just wrong, purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. It never happened, dude. You know what I'm saying? I lost my Colombian plug. You know what I'm saying? Been having the feds up for 15 years. Couldn't do nothing. Couldn't catch a break, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I did time behind it.